Resistors are fun! LC475, you're all familiar with it, or should be by now. I've given up on the micro drive situation for the moment, the 4GB ones. I'm just sticking with the 2GB compact flash card. But I did receive my 40 megahertz full-blown 68040 the other day. It could be a fake, I can't really tell. I don't know how you tell, but I guess the best way is to give it some tests. Now, 40 megahertz 040s, it's going to be running at about 33, maybe 40 megahertz. We'll see how we go. One of the main things you do need when upgrading is a bit more cooling than you'd normally have with a stock standard 25 megahertz LC 040. Now, at first I thought maybe a little heatsink like this. It's a bit smaller than the chip. There's a bit of space around the outside, doesn't really matter. It's got a ceramic top, it'll heat spread to a point. And I thought, no, let's go get a little fan. So I did. It actually came with standard hard drive 3.5-inch Molex connector, which I was able to wedge in behind this compact flash thing. I thought, hang on, why don't I just cut that off? There's another fan there, let's just steal power from there. So that's a much better idea. Now, it is a 12-volt fan, it does say on there. So I was feeding directly off the 12-volt yellow cable, or orange as Apple has coloured it in this. Before standards, or just trying to think differently, I don't know. Now the connector here, from this fan, or to that fan, is 8 volt. I can double check that by doing some poking with the multimeter, but 8 volt gives it enough. It still spins pretty loudly. I'd actually like to quieten this fan down as well if I can. So the best way to do that is using resistors, which just add resistance, which is why they're called resistors. So I've got about three types from previous projects that I've done, and we'll just go through and try them. I don't know what the values are, and to be honest, these little blue ones, the colours are a bit difficult to read. Like you said, red or brown, and is the last one purple or blue? You just, yeah, it's difficult on blue. That's why most, or at least the 3-band ones, are that nice cream colour. So at the moment there's this massive one in, I think it's a 1/2 watt resistor. It's slightly bigger form factor than the 1/4 watt ones. I don't quite understand the difference myself, but I assume that you've got more watts, you want less watts, you get a bigger wattage. So when powering on, as you can see there, the fan tries to spin but just doesn't have enough. So that resistor is probably a bit much. So we're going to step it down and just try a couple of different ones and see how we end up. Actually, that other resistor might be a full-blown watt, because these ones are 1/2 watt. Found the packet they were in, at least these ones. So when you turn it on, the fans turn on. Silent operation. Start again, start again. Go fan. So ideally I'd probably want something a little more speed than that, because it doesn't start. Just not enough kick. Still, as long as I don't poke it while it's running, I guess it'll be okay. There is just enough clearance on this so that it fits in. It is very, very close to the lid. So that's another issue I'll have to address, so we'll see where I go with that. But yeah, let's try another resistor. Well, there's the, I actually had 4 resistors, not 3, so there you go. So stepping down from 8 volts, we had 4.25, 5.5, 3.05 and 1.6. 3 didn't get very hot, 4.25 got incredibly hot, 5.5 was okay, and 1.6 I didn't even bother running, would probably catch fire. So we're going to go with 5.5, which stepping down from 8 isn't too bad. But I might give, see if I've got another 5.5 one somewhere, and try wiring that into the other fan, just to see if we can make it a little bit quieter. Since we didn't manage to get rid of the SCSI hard drive, it would also be very good to get rid of the any other noise that's in there with very little damage, I suppose. So I'll give that a try and we'll report back. Depending on how successful my 40 megahertz overclock is, will depend on whether I use a fan-based solution or not. Just for all those who, don't like fans, I don't like them any more than you. But let's work together on this one and win the war. RetroJunkie.net.